You know, your mom would ground you for life if you received a report card like the one Colorado just opened.
The American Society of Civil Engineers gives our infrastructure an overall grade of C-. Roads and transit got a C-. Bridge a C+. Even our beautiful, manicured, Instagram famous Colorado parks got a C.
So, like any bad student, we started to think maybe they have it out for us. Can our schools really only be deserving of a D+? Our Jessica Porter put that question to leaders who said, yeah, that sounds about right.
The last thing you want to hear about your state is that it's mediocre. But that's exactly what the American Society of Civil Engineers is saying about Colorado.
Our infrastructure is in mediocre condition and requires attention.
Drinking water, hazardous waste, transit, roads, all a C-. But the report card gave our schools the harshest grade, a D+. It says school facilities have needs that far exceed budgets, which has resulted in a $14 billion funding gap.
$14 billion obviously is a lot of money, but on the other hand, we're looking at a $700 million capital improvement program. We educate about 10% of the students in the state.
Tim Reed says it doesn't matter where you are. In our growing Colorado, the schools are getting older and more crowded. In Jeffco, the average campus is 50 years old. They convinced voters to approve additional school funding at the ballot box 2 years ago. Other districts aren't so lucky.
It means that we're sending our children to schools where they need extra coats because there's inadequate heating.
We hear about this all the time. What about the marijuana tax money? The blunt truth is that is not a game changer. 2017-2018 marijuana tax revenue contributed about $90 million towards education, less than 2% of the state's $5.6 billion education budget. But everyone we spoke with agreed you need to invest to make things better, which has proven tricky in a state where Tabor is law.
Part of it is the commitment of the local, the local citizenry, and I think at some point the state has to look at how public education is funded.
Jessica Porter, Denver 7.